We just got word from Yelan. Looks like she managed to track down Ashvapati. Come on! Let's go meet up with the others!
Lumi is just too cute! But she does have a bad habit of swallowing any shiny thing she lays her eyes on. So keep your valuables well away, or you might never see them again.
Took me a bit longer than I expected, but I found where he's hiding.
Let me just be sure of one thing. We're dealing with someone who has extremely dangerous weaponry in his hands. If it comes to it, are you prepared to handle the worst-case scenario?
Absolutely. You just need to trust us, just like we trusted you earlier.
Yeah, we've got this. My crew's already locked and loaded.
I'll take you at your word.
I know you said you wanted to keep this operation small, but I still thought you could use some backup. So, I chose a few promising young Spina members to help out. Clarand and I have got things covered at the expo.
Yes, we're ready to roll then!
Now that you're here, I guess we can get this show on the road.
I'm sorry, you can't come with us. You need to stay at the expo like we agreed. It's for your own safety.
We know. It's just... Do you really think Uncle Ashvapati is working for the bad guys?
I wish I could answer that question, but it would just be speculation. And I work based off evidence.
He's been gone for 2 days now, and he just left us here. He's never done that before. Maybe he really is working for those people and was afraid of getting caught. But if that's true, then that means he must have been involved in making and selling weapons in the past too. Wouldn't that make him a bad person?
That's not for us to say. Take a look around the expo. There are plenty of other people making and selling weapons. Doesn't mean they're necessarily all bad people.
Really?
The same is true for your uncle. Whatever he may have done in the past, the real question we need to ask is why. There's a lot we need to know before we can judge a person. In Fontaine, we have a long and complicated process in place just to make sure we get the right answer to that question.
Yeah. Why would Uncle Ashvapati do something like that?
How about this? I'll make sure that Miss Chevras and Miss Yelan promise to bring your uncle back safe and sound. Then you can ask him yourselves.
Thanks, miss.
This situation is complicated and unpredictable. Isn't it a bit early to be making those kinds of promises? It's all right. We're prepared for whatever we might face.
Regardless, it's a promise we have to keep. After all, when the children get their answer, it will shape their understanding of what justice means.
Then, let's all do our part to make sure this ends as well as it possibly can.
Stop right there!
Where is he?
We missed him.
Looks like he left behind plenty of evidence, though. Search the area. Let's see if we can find a lead. These records look suspiciously familiar.
Yeah. Doesn't seem very coincidental to me either.
What is it?
Remember when I said this group's cover was ironclad? They were always careful never to leave a trail leading back to them. The one time they slipped up, it broke the case wide open. We found a cargo manifest left behind at the scene. That's the clue that led us to Nodcry.
It was a similar story on our end.
And now that same manifest shows up here, among the records.
So, he's the guy that slipped up back then?
Unless it wasn't a slip-up at all. How does the same clue get left behind at two separate scenes and picked up by two separate law enforcement agencies? Thinking back on it now, it doesn't seem quite so accidental after all.
No. Almost like he led us here on purpose.
If you ask me what's the one place you should visit in Nasha Town, obviously I'm gonna say Speranza. You know I'm biased, but seriously, you should give it a try.
Katya's... Hey, there's a letter here.
Look at how it's positioned. It was begging to be found. I think it might be...
You think he knew we would come here?
If he did, he's a more impressive opponent than I anticipated.
Let's keep going. We can read it together when we
Wait! Is this what Paimon...
It's the display model that goes with the prototype. Guess that does make him our thief.
What's worse is that, with his technical background, I bet he managed to bypass the security features on the prototype.
You're saying our guy has a battle-ready ballista in his possession, just waiting to be unleashed?
Oh, this isn't looking good.
Something isn't adding up. All the evidence suggests that he was here alone. Which begs the question, why would he unlock the ballista's features before even meeting up with his boss?
That's a question for another time. We need to focus on where he's going next.
This situation seems more complicated than we imagined. It looks like Ashvapati does have a connection to our criminal gang, but it might not be what we thought at first.
You don't think he's working for them?
Unlikely. He lured us to Nodcry, prepared those weapons on his own, deliberately put us on his trail. This is looking more and more like the work of an independent actor.
Well, if we want to get to the bottom of this, he's still our best lead. That would seem to be our last remaining clue.
To the officers of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol and the Liwed Chixing, you certainly live up to your reputation. Within a single day, you were able to eliminate over half of the gang's forces. I appreciate the effort. I doubt my secret hiding spot will be a secret much longer. So I suppose it's my turn to throw my hat in the ring. I'm just glad I no longer have to run. So, before my day in court is upon me, allow me to confess to my crimes. It all started with a Ksharawar researcher, expelled from the academia for violating a taboo. He had dedicated his life to the pursuit of knowledge. But when he found himself in the desert, it wasn't even worth a pail of water to quench his thirst. Could you spare some water? I'm a Ksharawar researcher. If you need something, I could.
Researchers like you are a dime a dozen. Smart as a whip until you find yourself in the desert. Then, you're lucky to survive the night.
Are you mocking me?
No, son. Just still trying to figure out why I've got such a soft spot for strays like you. Here, give me your canteen. You got somewhere to go?
Not really. Thanks to this water, though. At least I can rule out the bottom of a vulture's stomach.
Now you're talking like desert folk. You could always join my band of misfits.
What would I do?
Gather food, guard our water source, just like everyone else I've Of course, if you have something you're good at, you're welcome to show it off.
All I know is...
Weapons?
Yeah. I love studying them. Big and powerful ones, small and deadly ones, old ones, new. I believe the essence of Ksharawar research is embodied in weaponry, and the pursuit of this kind of technology is what pushes the world forward. My lifelong goal has always been to become a foremost expert on all kinds of weapons, so I can invent even more. So I might have borrowed a few sensitive techs without permission, but you see the vision, right? The higher-ups at...
The academia could have 1,001 reasons for exiling you out here, and it still wouldn't matter to me, son. All I care about is what this specialty of yours can do for us.
I can help upgrade your weaponry. That should come in handy in a day.
True, weapons are essential to life here in the desert. Most folks get them when merchants happen to pass through. But when it comes to protecting the people here, this scimitar in my hand is more than enough. The kind of weapons you're talking about are overkill for a place like this.
Overkill? Really?
Our group is lucky. Our ancestors learned how to protect the oasis from the sandstorms to prevent it from drying up. Plus, we're pretty far off the beaten path. Helps us avoid conflict with other bands of Eremites. All in all, we don't have to travel to find water. We don't have to fight off other desert folk. There are plenty of ways to die in the desert, but behind a lot of them lies too much ambition. So, having somewhere to settle down...
I see. Guess I could do some odd jobs then.
I've heard you Kasharowa scholars are handy with all kinds of gadgets.
You mean, like...
Yes, if you wouldn't mind. It'll give them something to do. Life can get bored.
All right, then. And just like that, a Kasharawar scholar at the cutting edge of his field ended up in the desert. It got boring from time to time, but all in all, those days were quite pleasant. The Eremites accepted me as one of their own. And all that, looking back now, I wish I could have lived like that until the end of my days. But then, those despicable people showed up, and it changed. Don't rush me. These materials are in short supply.
Oh, they've got a lot of nerve showing their faces back here.
Send the gem? It has been a while.
Well, we have a right to this oasis, too. Our ancestors were part of the group that discovered...
You hated this place. After that giant sandstorm when everyone else was trying to figure out how to help, you got out of Dodge the first chance you could get.
Because I knew better than to be stubborn. Stay in one place too long around here, and it might just be you...
You abandoned this place. If we'd done the same, the oasis wouldn't even exist anymore. You gave up your...
I heard they joined another band of Eremites after leaving us, but got kicked out. I bet they're only crawling back to us now because they've got nowhere else to go.
Chief, should we drive him off?
I'd like to see you try. I'm warning you. You won't get rid of us that easily.
Leave them be. This oasis has always been big enough to sustain more than one group of people. It's not worth... All that matters is keeping...
At the time, I didn't think much of it. Just Chaim was at being the kind-hearted man, and so normal life continued. Much unchanged. Well, mostly. I often found myself flipping through my collection of blueprints and sketches. The ruin drakes, scattered around Sumeru, were of particular interest. As far as I knew, no one had been able to analyze or reproduce the technology within those mechanisms. But I was able to design a kind of lure to bait them into attacking a specific target. In effect, somehow, the new arrivals at the oasis must have caught wind of it. Because they soon...
Hope you don't mind me asking, but is that a weapon you're researching?
I do mind, actually. It's none of your business.
Rumor is you used to be a researcher at the academia. All that knowledge going to...
What do you want?
I want to team up. The rules and red tape that got you kicked out of the academia, they don't exist in the desert. You could take this research, but what if you had access to the right...
What are you suggesting?
Me and my men can get you what you need. In return, all you gotta do is... We've always had a good eye for business. Just never the right product. But this thing right here... The different bands of Eremites are gonna shell out Mora left and right to get their hands...
You want to sell it?
It's a win-win. You provide the goods, and I earn enough Mora from these people to fund the research of your...
I don't know.
I understand what you're worried about, but listen, it won't come back to bite the people here. These people don't think bigger than this place. They don't get involved in conflict. I mean, come on. Their biggest enemy is the weather.
You've made a bad name for yourself around here. I don't want any part in...
Well, it's your choice. But it could be the last meaningful choice. So I'll ask you again. Do you want to finally develop the weapons you've been dreaming of and realize your academic ambitions? Or do you want to stay here building...
How I wish I'd made the right choice back then.
Yeah, we increased our prices. What about it?
You gonna back out?
So, you're really as money hungry as they all say, huh?
Cash is king. That's just...
Fine.
I'm done. I want...
What are you talking about?
I know what the weapons have been used for, and I refuse to be an accomplice to all this.
An accomplice? Listen, that's got nothing to do with us. People would be at each other's throats with or without our weapons. So they die to a machine instead of a scimitar. What difference does it make?
Can't you sell more than just weapons? Surely this can't be all the Eremites are interested in.
If you want to make the big Mora, you gotta push what sells. That's just how it is.
And that right there is why I want...
Fine. I've made more than enough to leave this dump in the dust anyway. If you want out so bad, have it your...
What was that? No. Kaim was it. How did this happen?
You won't find a tribe in this desert without enemies. People have tried to steal water from this oasis in the past, but Khaem was that drove them off. Guess his enemies have been...
You sold weapons to his enemies. But he took you in when you had nowhere to turn.
It was the perfect excuse to drive up the price, that's why.
It was only later that I found out. This wasn't the first time Senegem and his men had turned around and stabbed their allies in the back. I didn't chase after them or try to hold them accountable. In that moment, but once the weapons I designed were turned against us, the fate of this, in the end, despite all the burning tents I rushed into, and now, you know the full account of my crimes. I've been raising them ever since, while attempting to hunt down the men who made them orphans in the first. This confession is for the kids to read too. So, I know I'm in no position to make requests, but please, help them find loving parents to take them in. Above all else, back then, I failed to see this through to the end.
Jeez. If this is true...
He's after the same target as us. And he's out for revenge.
He even lured us to Notcry to help him get it.
I think I know what he's planning to do with those ballistas now. If I'm right, this doesn't bode well.
Then we need to find him ASAP! It sounds like he's about to do something super dangerous. But we promised the kids we'd bring him back safe.
I can't just let him get rid of our target either. This crime ring runs deep. There are still many other conspirators we need to track down. Oh?
You got something?
He knew we'd be out of the picture investigating this place. I think he decided to spring the trap that we set up.
Oh, snap. He's not working for them. So our...
The meeting will be happening any time now. Quick, we need to head to the...
Ashvapati.
It's been a while, Senegem. Over a decade at least.
How did you find this place?
All these years. And the signal you use for the meetup point still hasn't changed. All I had to do was pose as your point of contact. and fish a time and date out of that scout you sent.
Useless bunch of idiots. Just wait until my backup gets here.
Oh, I think that might take a while. The Fontaine and Liyue authorities have your men locked down tight.
No. There's no way the cops could have known we...
Unless, of course, someone deliberately left a trail of clues. That would be a different story, now wouldn't it? If they hadn't taken your agents out of the equation, I doubt I would have been able to lure you.
So now what? You gonna turn me in, too?
No. The authorities can have your men. But you're mine.
Is that for Tui Tech? Looks like your skills are as good as ever. Listen, I know you're mad that I've been racking up Mora without you all these years, but it looks like you still got it. If you want back in, we can work something out.
After everything that happened, what makes you think I would want back in?
Because what's the alternative? You're not here for revenge, aren't you? After Kayemwazet took you in, you really convinced yourself you were one of them. What you should have learned is that banking on loyalty and belonging is a losing hand. Better to cash out before you're in the hole. In the desert, my people live by one rule and one rule alone. The last laugh doesn't go to the righteous. It belongs to the one who knows how to cut their losses. Just look at me. When there's Mora to be earned in the desert, I'm a desert folk. When the opportunities in Fontaine are sweeter, I'm a Fontanian.
You think everyone is as much of a lowlife as...
A lowlife? There's nothing Mora can't buy, Ashvapati. That includes prestige. You're talking to a renowned Fontanian philanthropist who lives in the Vasari Passage and spends his days going from one grand banquet to the next. Nobody who counts would dare...
Are you done?
Clearly there's no reasoning with you. Fine. Have it your way. But if you want me dead so bad, why'd you come to face me alone? That wasn't the wisest decision.
Oh, don't you worry. I brought plenty of firepower with me. You could have brought a whole army for all I care. These weapons will bury every last one of...
What the? Are you crazy? If that thing fires, you're not getting out of here alive either.
Yes, that's the plan. It's high time both of us paid the price for our sins!
He's lost his mind. Get him! Start breaking his bones until he removes them!
Hold it right there, all of you! Otherwise, I've got enough firepower to go around, too.
The Maison Gardiennage!
You got here sooner than I expected.
Hey! What's that in the sky? Looks like bad news!
Ashvapati, you have my word that these people will face the judgment of the Fontaine courts. Remove the barrier and come with us at once.
Fontanian justice is too merciful for them. You should leave us.
Stubborn fool.
I don't deserve them!
What is it you feel you need to atone for? Weapons research?
You're from Liyue, right? Your ancestors were the first people to master the recipe for gunpowder. Surely, it's choices like that which make Liyue what it is today. But me? I chose to use my research skills to create weapons of war that brought death to countless people and destroyed...
Sounds like you don't know as much as you think about fireworks. They might be harmless fun in this day and age, but they started out as weapons.
What?
That's right. Fireworks and firecrackers were originally developed for use as weapons. They needed something a little more powerful than usual for purging evil forces and scaring off. Over time, evil spirits learned to fear the sight of flames, and the beasts retreated into the mountains. That's when people started repurposing fireworks for... And the peace we enjoy today isn't because we chose to make toys instead of weapons. The weapons are what secured us the peace in the first place. Only then did we have the luxury of choosing to turn them into toys instead. It's people, not weapons, that commit acts of evil. And when people are as bent on destruction as the evil forces and beasts...
Time is running out. Please. Leave while you still can.
Relax. Now that we have these guys in custody, I think we can find a way of repurposing these ballistas for the children's...
I knew they were looking for trouble, but they messed with the wrong manager.
Captain, we're in position!
Prepare to intercept! On my signal! Fire!
Fireworks show? Huh.
Recording mode on.
Has this always been part of the show?
No funny business!
I never imagined the Guizhong ballista could be used for something so beautiful.
If you'll agree to come with us and answer some questions, it would be a big help to our investigation.
Of course. You'll have my full cooperation. I know I'm guilty. Just not sure of the precise crime at this point.
Honestly, me neither. I'm sure a case like yours would have Fontaine's top legal experts scratching their heads. As for these arms dealers, though, I can confidently say that none of them will be getting away with this. So at least you can take some solace in that. I know. There's no sentence the court can give them that will satisfy you. But at least the trial will be a public declaration of their crimes and the punishment they will receive. The victims deserve that much, considering the alternative was them dying in obscurity to a revenge killing with no one left behind to tell the story. This looks more like real justice to me.
Better call it a week. I'm all out of nuts. Better call it a week. You wanna see my archive? Of course! I'm always happy to show off my... masterpiece.
What do you think they did with Ashvapati in the end? Let's go ask them for an update. Great! Everyone's in one place!
Now that we are on the other side of this incident, I suggest we put any remaining questions to rest here and now. The Voynich Guild won't be responsible for any disputes remaining after this meeting. Understood. Well, there's been no serious harm to me or any of my compatriots. And with the arms dealing operation closed down, I've achieved my strategic objective. I'm happy to let the Fontaine authorities process the culprits from here.
I appreciate your flexibility. I'll need all of them in my custody to proceed with the case files. As for you... Given your association with the Voynich Guild, I suspect the boss of the Curatorium might raise some objections if I insisted on bringing you...
Then what do you propose, Miss Chevreuse?
While pursuing one of the suspects in this case, it was unfortunately necessary for me to destroy a certain signboard and...
Is that an official confession, officer?
What I'm suggesting is that I don't file charges against Ashvapati. He stays here, and in return, you don't seek damages for the sign.
Deal.
Huh. That went surprisingly smoothly. Paimon figured...
Uncle Ashvapati.
They told us the whole story.
But
If you'd been less trusting of the promises these men made to you back then, and left some weapons for your own people to defend themselves with, maybe things would have turned out differently. The way I see it, your crime wasn't the weapons research itself. It was failing to use that knowledge sensibly, to protect the ones you cared about.
yeah,
Well then, what are you waiting for?
children.
Traveler, Yelan. On behalf of the Fontaine authorities, it has been a pleasure working with you both. I wish...
I have plenty of other business to attend to, so it's probably about time I got going as well. See ya. Looks like you're a free man.
I guess, but even if they won't arrest me, I still have a lot to answer for.
After you joined us, it didn't take me long to find out that you'd lied about nearly everything. Everything except your desert origin. I actually consider the desert my home too. So I was interested to learn who the real... Thanks to the Traveler, I now know the full story. And my, what a story it is. Granted, the final chapter caused us a fair amount of trouble. But hey, sometimes that's the price you pay for...
Are you serious?
I mean, obviously I can't let you stay in the guild. Not after all the rules... I'd recommend that you take these kids back to the...
Why?
The desert has been plagued by seemingly endless conflict since as far back as I can remember. But your story offers a glimpse of a different way of life. Maybe they're really... The Sumeru of today is a different world than what it once was. With Lesser Lord Kusanali at the helm, who knows where the possibilities end? Maybe you...
Hey. Sure. We could put up a few tents and call it a settlement. But what then? It would be a brutal...
Where there's Mora, there's always a way. Hello, my dear customer. Why don't you discuss your needs with me?
So Mora is the answer, huh? All right. Say I wanted to buy a hometown for these children.
Don't take her so literally. She's just doing her sales pitch. Sure can. Huh? Ta-da! I present to you one magical gemstone created by none other than the renowned mage Alice herself. Simply plant it in the ground and a spring will instantly start growing. Before long, you'll have yourself a fully fledged oasis. And the best part is, it's designed to work flawlessly, even in the most arid and sandiest of deserts.
What the...
Looks genuine to me.
Goodness. They always say you can find everything at the Not Cry Trade Expo. Turns out it's more than just marketing hyperbole. Still, surely a treasure like this must cost the world. As much as I'd love to buy it, I don't think I'm the kind of clientele you're looking for.
Actually, this could be your lucky day. The mage who tasked me with selling this insisted on setting the price herself, and she priced it as whatever keeps the kids happy. Needless to say, I could have found far more lucrative options. But alas, none of them would be worth breaking a promise to a mage over.
Whatever keeps the kids happy? So what is that in Mora?
Good question. I got it! How about I charge you whatever you three kids earned at the expo? Then you can say you bought back your hometown through nothing but your own hard work. I think that would keep the kids very happy indeed.
Deal!
Well, this was a strange turn of events.
I think it's safe to say that this was one of the more memorable trade expos.
Have you been to the Clink Clink Krumkake Craft Shop's booth yet? They're selling blueprints for him with everything Uncle's taught me. I bet I could build one of those thwack and smack defense bots. We should buy...
Sounds like a waste of money to me. We should be spending our expo earnings on more important stuff like clothes.
But Uncle said the most important thing is that we have fun.
Guys, please don't...
I hate to break it to you, but I'm afraid no one really comes to this expo looking to buy toys. If you make any more here, it won't be nearly enough to buy yourselves a blueprint. I doubt it'll even cover...
Oh! Hi, Yehuda! Hi!
I came here to make sure you kids stay safe, so listen carefully. If you want to look around the expo, a lot of crazy people show up to this expo, both sellers and buyers. You don't know what they might be capable of. So if anything happens, don't try to deal with it yourselves. Call for me right away. You got that?
Yehuda's really serious about looking out for these kids.
Well, it's kinda my job. I'm supposed to be the one in charge. Oh, just take a look around. This booth is the only one being run by a bunch of kids. If there's anyone out there aiming to cause trouble, you can bet they'll start with the weakest target. habit of swallowing any shiny thing she lays her eyes on. So keep their valuables well away, or you might never see them again. You want to see my archive? Of course! I'm always happy to show off my masterpiece. I even did the illustrations. Watch out, Yoda! Just keeping an eye on things. Looking out for any problems that might need me to step in. Hey! You three! What are you doing here? There should be at least...
Accessing booth operation logs. Analyzing. Neb left to try and buy a new blueprint. Ati soon followed to try and stop him. Finally, Rhea came to mediate between...
I keep telling you, we don't have that much more.
I just wanted to have a look. What's wrong?
Guys, seriously! Here's the thing, Neb. Even if you could afford to buy a blueprint, I know you like building stuff, but these designs aren't for toys like the kind you're used to. They're for weapons, which are very complicated to build and extremely...
That's a load of baloney, dumpster diver. My designs are toys too, actually.
Huh? You build a machine that can blast monsters into the sky, and in your mind, that's a toy?
I mean, at the end of the day, is there really that much difference between weapons and toys anyway?
Not where Knuckle Duckle's concerned. That's for sure.
Ugh, that's not the point. Anyway, you there with the brown hair, you want a bloop?
Yeah! I want to make some thwack and smack defense bots too. I also have some design ideas of my own. And with your bots as the basis, maybe I'll be able to try them out for real.
I get it. Your head's so full of ideas you want to bring to life that you can hardly sleep at night. You try eating some snacks to take your mind off things, but it doesn't seem that...
Exactly! But what can I do?
Well, you must have blueprints for the toys you've made too, right? Let's trade! One of you...
Really? Thank you so much, ma'am! Is it ma'am, or...
It's Boss. Boss of the Clink Clank Krumkake Craft Shop.
Thank you so much, boss of the Clink Clank Krumkake Craft Shop.
Huh. That was very thoughtful.
Who are you, and what have you done with Aino?
What's that supposed to mean? I'm a boss, aren't I? A lot of people depend on me. Looking out for them is a big part of the job.
Did that really just happen? For a moment there, Aino stopped being a little kid and acted like a full-on grown-up. A grown-up who's shorter than the kid she was looking out for, but still.
Previous records indicate that Aino has a 94% chance of adopting such behaviors when encountering a child in a similar situation.
Ah, Traveler. Paimon.
That's our secondary goal. To put it in Mr. Flintz's words, it's important for Lightkeepers to spend some time in the land of the living every once in a while.
That sounds like something he'd say, yeah. Are you interested in these muskets? Since we're friends, Paimon will let you in on some inside.
Oh, I'm well aware. The sign makes that quite clear.
True.
I'm interested in this particular piece because it brings to mind a picture I once saw. It featured several Ratniki and a Fatui officer who fought alongside them. The weapon that the latter used was identical to this one.
The Fatui teamed up with the Lightkeepers?
That's not unusual. I've heard similar stories from our older members. The owner of this musket must have been a hero who stood against the Wild Hunt as well. But why would you sell a hero's firearm?
That's just how the rules work on our end. Everyone agreed to it, whether it's a no-name sergeant like me or a renowned hero. Our equipment is to be collected and redistributed once we're dust on the wind. The stuff that's usable is given to new recruits. And the scrap is sold for whatever price it can still fetch. That way, we can at least put it towards feeding the grunts, you know? Better than following them to the grave.
Huh. I think I'm going to buy this musket, Mr. Flintz. Could you tell me a few more stories about it when you—
Of course.
So what's the
This person's been glaring daggers at me from behind since she arrived. Hey you! I'm a member of the Fruity Order!
What a coincidence. So am I.
Wait, really? I first encountered the humor and intelligence of trendy Zaytun Peach in the New Tide anthology. Then I heard the legend of intrepid Valberry while I was in the Fortress of Meripede. The more I heard about your order, the more it drew me in. I've been searching for so long, but So when I heard that the Nodcry Trade Expo was being held again, I applied under your name.
It's those idiots.
So what I'm getting is that this guy's...
Our orders won the expo rights several years in a row. So we announced that we were backing out of the running this year to avoid conflict. Then, a few of the other groups were looking to duke it out. So imagine their anger when someone claiming to be one of ours snatched the expo rights again.
Well, no one's made any trouble for me. Wait, does that mean you've taken them all out already? Man, can I join?
We can't make trouble at the expo. Voynich Guild rules. Once it's all over, meet me at the harbor in Nasha Town.
I see. All right.
Does he not realize what's going on here?
Also, considering our smooth collaborations thus far, a word of advice. This guy has only been able to keep his head in his booth because the Fruity Order took care of. But if there's one thing the treasure hoarders have in spades, it's sore losers. Since our order has proven untouchable so far, they're sure to find easier targets to vent their frustration on. So look after those kids.
Huh. So this guy has been responsible for more than one conflict, so...
What do you think?
Not bad. Tastes just like back in...
Vorka? You're here?
Oh, hey, traveler, Paimon. I was only planning to take a look around, but wasn't expecting this pleasant out in this part of the world. Even a homegrown Mondstadt apple is a rare treat.
Yes, and on that note, I should advise you that the prices are quite different from what you'll be used to back home.
Not a problem. It's a price worth paying for a taste of home. I'll take the whole batch and send someone to collect them later.
The whole batch? Huh. Looks like you've already made your money back, huh, Levi? Oh, and Varka, since you're looking for a taste of home, have you tried the Mondstadt wine next door? Apparently, he uses special connections to keep the import costs down.
Yeah, I've tried it. It's pretty good, but not Mondstadt wine good. Besides, I wouldn't be able to buy any even if it was. We can't have the Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius going around supporting smugglers, can we?
Oh, it's true. You're not...
Don't worry, I know it's Nefer's rules here. Not out to make life difficult for you. If you find yourself at a loose end, come visit our base sometime. I'm gonna get the Knights to make some cider out of these apples.
Oh, you're as generous as they say, Grandmaster.
Looks like you finally made some real profit.
Hey, don't make me sound so incompetent. Though I'll admit, I wasn't expecting to make my money back quite so quickly. Now I can start thinking seriously about my next venture. I'm planning on heading to Snezhnegrad, actually. I hear they're running low on lots of supplies because of Project Stuja. That's a business opportunity if I've ever seen one. With any luck, maybe I'll have the pleasure of seeing you there.
Well, good luck out there. Hope you strike it rich.
I can't believe you came all this way to investigate me. Still, as a member of this expo, I'm protected by the Voynich Guild. There's nothing you can do to stop me.
I know. That's why I'll be taking this up with them directly.
It's been a while. What brings you here this time? Are you representing the Dawn Winery, or are you here as Owl?
Take your pick. Even Owl would take issue with people smuggling the winery's products.
I understand, but please be assured that I would never pit the rules of the Voynich Guild against the interests of the Dawn Winery. Our long-standing collaboration is far too valuable to me for that. No faction exists in Nodcry that can impose their will on everyone else. The rules we have now are a result of the tug-of-war between them all. In any case, I only allowed this gentleman to sell his so-called Dawn Winery vintage here because I'm confident that it poses no threat to our collaboration.
I see. So this isn't from our cellars at all. It's not even from Mondstadt. You... I'm guessing you learned a few of our winemaking techniques, then brewed your own liquor using local ingredients from Nodcry. Imitations like these are no threat to our business.
Just you watch. One day, my wine will leave the...
I'll grant that your wine is a perfectly palatable product. But the fact that you didn't dare to sell it without attaching our name to it speaks volume. That alone tells me that I'll never need to worry about any serious competition.
Leaving so soon? Can't I persuade you to come to the Curatorium of Secrets for some tea with me?
Hey there! It sounded like you were discussing some pretty serious business, so Paimon didn't want to interrupt.
I'm afraid I'll have to
That's a shame.
Next time you're back in Mondstadt, pay a visit to the Angel's Share. At least there, I can offer you a genuine Dawn Winery vintage.
See, Lolly, I've been told that the merchants here are all protected by the organizers. I'm afraid confronting him myself will be more trouble than it's worth.
Do I have to do every...
Oh, please! Granny Eatsley!
Chaska! Lolly!
It's a long story. Basically, a few members of the Flower Feather clan brought word from Nodcry that someone was selling Wyob fragments at this expo. Pretty serious stuff. So I brought Seat Lolly here to get to the bottom of it. And hope...
Oh. Okay, well, as it turns out, we've been tasked with mediating any...
Are you intending to try and stop me? Look, I'm not trying to be difficult, but you don't need me to tell you that our Wyob are not for sale. Wait a second. This is just a shard of a Wyob pillar. And its power is long gone, so it no longer has any connection whatsoever to the Wyob. So, tell me, how much did they pay you to ship these out of Natland?
About 800,000 more apiece.
What?
Apparently, people outside of Natland don't know all that much about our culture. Some people take one look at those pillars and start bragging that they found a Wyob fragment. I didn't want to correct them, because that way I could drum up the price.
Ugh, forget it. Since you asked me so nicely, I'll let him stay here until the expo's over. No point making a mountain out of a molehill.
Oh, thank you, Granny.
Oh, don't start thinking you're off the hook. Once this is over, you're going straight to Biram to face the music.
Oh.
Hey, it's Alice and Nicole!
Why, hello, Traveler and Paimon. Oh, quite the opposite. I'm her supplier. Nicole came up with a delightful new pricing method recently, which I've asked dear Dory to try out. We're here today to see how it's all going.
What sort of pricing method is that?
Curious? Well, allow me to explain. Instead of an amount of more, you collect courage, kindness, or happiness from the buyer. The key is to make people realize they don't have to be rich. With an excellence of character, even the treasures of the Hexen Circle are within your reach. Kinda like a Seelie guiding intrepid adventurers through various tribulations until they claim their prize. Such fun, wouldn't you say?
Not for me. We didn't sell much Hexen Circle gear this time at all. At this point, I'll have to whip out some Samara specialties just to break even.
Wait, you're actually losing money, Dory?
You're saying our gifts didn't reach that many people?
I'm saying we made diddly squat. Hate to break it to you, Miss Mage, but you don't have much of a heck for business.
It might not have made much, but this has been quite a fun little experiment. To make it up to you, all the revenue from our merchandise is yours to keep.
Oh, they don't call you a great mage for nothing, Miss Alice. It's almost time for the expo to end. I'm asking for half a month's leave once we wrap this up.
Finally got time to relax, huh, Yahoot?
Yeah, thanks to you. Oh, things are pretty calm right now.
Sorry, but I've got a problem over here.
Same here.
Yoda, you just...
Someone made off with a batch of my goods using the goods first, pay later method. I thought the guild was the guarantor, but then I went to redeem my money and... no dice.
The same thing happened to me.
Goods first, pay later? That convenience is for exhibitors only. It works because their goods stored in the warehouse can be used as collateral.
The buyer did have guild-supplied certification.
In that case, he's one of you. Pick him out of the crowd and we're good to go.
The person I talked to was a tall, thin young man, but I don't see him here.
The one who bought from me was on the chubbier side. And nope, no sign of him either.
Wait, so it
wasn't? Miss Yehoda, we need help! Ati went into town a while back, and we haven't heard from him.
What? Why would he do that?
He wanted to use the moral we got from our exhibit to buy everyone a little something in return for looking out for
Gods, this kid... Wait, did he have your certification from the guild with him?
Yeah, he's our older brother, so he's an...
Oh, this is bad.
Okay, let's not panic. What happened?
Remember those people who targeted Ati a while back? I'm worried they kidnapped him and are using his certification to scam goods off the other exhibitors.
Sorry. Oh, this isn't...
Should we rescue Ati first? But Notcry's huge! Where would we even start? We could go for the goods first, but we're dealing with a group. If they split up... Oh, come on, Yehoda, come on! You promised...
Looks like you're down to your last option, dumpster diver.
Oh, right! The Clink Clank Crisis Controls...
Clank Clank Crisis Control Switch awaiting orders. Awaiting orders.
Whoa! Activating the switch gives you temporary control over all the robots in Notcry. If you wanted, you could turn this whole place upside, but it won't last long, so think about what you wanted. In that case, let's get the stolen goods back first.
All units, advance to rescue Ati!
Miss ya.
Orders received. Order...
Ati! You're all right!
Sorry.
If anyone should be apologizing, it's those awful people who took you.
They stole my expo certificate. Did the...
Let's just focus on one thing at a time.
Inventory complete. All goods have been retrieved.
See? Told ya. With the Clink Clank Crisis Control Switch, there's no problem in Notcry you can't. With so many bots around, we didn't have to choose between the rescue and getting the goods back. We were able to do...
I know.
These kids call me boss, and as their boss, it's my job to protect them. No way I'm letting them get in trouble with the guild.
Thanks, boss.
I know who's a great person to have on your side.
To be honest, I could hug you right now. But I think I'll have that vacation. Oh, right! I owe you a hot dog, don't I?
Here comes the toughest mecha. Time to go all out. You've got this, partner. I've activated a backup energy source for you. Keep at it.
Locked and loaded. Waiting on your signal. No more lies. Can I be true? The mystery unravels. It all adds up. Can I be true?
Surge. A new moon rises. Minute to minute.
You poor lost land.
For the everlasting.
No more lies. Careful. Hold out till fire support arrives. Fire support ready. Select the target. Here comes the mother lode. Nice! Good shooting!
Just stay turn a little. Sharing my knowledge.
It all ends up. Can I the truth? Let's see what you're made of. The deception ends here.
Grow. Temple.
Careful. Hold out till fire support arrives. Fire support ready. Select the target.
The final round begins. Time to go all out. Activating analysis module. Learning the traveler's operational logic. If successful, this will increase our efficiency by at least 179%. Calculating efficiency of commands. The assault will continue. Please remain vigilant. This will be my final attack. Ha, ha, ha.
Ad Astra. Thank you for
Lumia's just too cute! But she does have a bad habit of swallowing any shiny thing she lays her eyes on. So keep your valuables well away, or you might never see them again. If you ask me what's the one place you should visit in Nasha Town, obviously I'm gonna say Speranza. You know I'm biased, but seriously, you should give it a try. Katya's cooking will not disappoint you.
This land holds nothing but promise for adventurers from all walks of life. Wouldn't you?
Lumia's just too cute! But she does have a bad habit of swallowing any shiny thing she lays her eyes on. So keep your valuables well away, or you might never see them again.
This land holds nothing but promise for adventurers from all walks of life. Wouldn't you agree?
Rebooting.
I better get me some alpacas. Once they haul everything over to Snezhnaya, make a little picture myself.
If you ask me what's the one place you should visit in Nasha Town, obviously I'm gonna say Speranza. You know I'm biased, but seriously, you should give it a try. Katya's cooking will not disappoint you.
This land holds nothing but promise for adventurers from all walks of life. Wouldn't you agree? This land holds nothing but promise for adventurers from all walks of life. Wouldn't you agree?
Lumia's just too cute! But she does have a bad habit of swallowing any shiny thing she lays her eyes on. So keep your valuables well away, or you might never see them again.
This land holds nothing but promise for adventurers from all walks of life. This land holds nothing but promise for adventurers from all walks of life.
Rebooting.
This land holds nothing but promise for adventurers from all walks of life. Do you agree?
If you ask me what's the one place you should visit in Nasha Town, obviously I'm gonna say Speranza. You know I'm biased, but seriously, you should give it a try. Katya's cooking will not disappoint you.
Wow! Speranza's busy today. Does everyone check?
We're trying to decide what the most beautiful rock in Nod Cry is.
Since Aoni's not here, I'll go for icy pebbles on her behalf.
Then I nominate Rainbow Drop Crystals. They come in loads of colors, and you can even make weapons with them. They're way more useful than Moonfall Silver and Icy Pebbles. Well, I don't think a rock that just looks good but doesn't do anything can really be considered beautiful.
Actually, Moonfall Silver has quite a few uses too. Although they're certainly not as common in daily life as those of Rainbow Drop Crystals. As it happens, during my investigation, I came across some interesting stories about...
Huh? No way! You can weave clothes out of rocks?
So you find it hard to believe too? Well then, you'd best sit up straight and listen
Clothes made of Moonfall Silver? Oh, Paimon's super curious too!
Once upon a time, there was a Fey governor in Nod Cry who was obsessed with rare trinkets and had a passion for dressing up. This governor's advisors worked day and night, desperately struggling to find new and exotic clothes for their master. Then one day, a young tailor dressed in black came calling. He claimed to have inherited the mysterious techniques of the Golden Realm, and that he could spin crystals that glow like the silver moon into thread for weaving clothes. The governor was overjoyed. He promised to pay the young man handsomely if he would stay and make him clothes. The young tailor requested a vast quantity of Moonfall Silver be delivered to his workshop, and demanded that no one disturb him while he worked. Naturally, the governor agreed. When the scheduled time arrived, the governor found the workshop completely empty, with neither Moonfall Silver nor any clothing to be seen. Having eagerly anticipated his new clothes, he hurriedly asked, "Where did all the Moonfall Silver go? And where are the clothes you promised?" The young tailor raised his hands, and, as if he were shaking out a piece of fabric, said, "See? I took the Moonfall Silver you sent me and wove it into this gown, as pure as moonlight itself. Too pure, in fact, for a fool or an unremarkable man to even perceive." The governor asked his advisor how the gown appeared to him, to which the advisor responded by saying it was the most magnificent gown he had ever seen, just like real moonlight woven and given form. The governor could not see a thing, but unwilling to admit he was either a fool or unremarkable, he did as the tailor bade and put on the moonlight gown. To show off his extraordinary new gown, the governor decided to parade it and himself along the busiest street in town. But as he did so, he heard a child with a conch in his belt shout out,
"The governor isn't wearing any clothes!"
It seems like our Miko has guessed how this story ends.
The tailor was a cheat. There are people like that in Nasha Town too. I heard about this one lady from Sumeru who schemed a whole bunch of folks.
Good question. According to the story, the young tailor was none other than Reed Miller in disguise. He traded the Moonfall Silver he took from the governor for Mora and gave it to the poor townsfolk. While the governor was parading himself through town, Reed Miller was enjoying the show from a nearby rooftop.
He really got around, huh? I've already lost count of the number of stories he's popped up in.
But if he was lying about the whole thing, then doesn't that mean there were never any clothes made from Moonfall Silver to begin with?
believe there were, but the art of weaving them has been lost. But the only evidence now surviving in folk stories. The tale of the fisherman and the beast also mentions a moonlight gown. But Nico and Maisie are still too young for that one, so I'm afraid it'll have to wait.
Huh?
No fair.
Huh. You sure know a lot of weird and wonderful stories, Miss Linnea.
Indeed! I'm sure you've noticed by now. The world is so vast, with so many secrets yet to discover. Even the things we think we know may well have unfamiliar backstories, like Moonfall Silver. The same goes for Rainbow Drop crystals, in fact. Each region of Teyvat has its own unique minerals, and just like people from different nations have different customs, rocks from different places have their own distinct characteristics too. If you have the patience to listen, you may discover that even silent crystals begin to talk, sharing the stories they have etched into their memories. And not just minerals. Life forms, both ancient and new, are beautiful and unique. This world is filled with stories and mysteries of all shapes and sizes. In the instant when a mystery is touched by the light of understanding, countless new possibilities reveal themselves, and the whole world opens up! Sorry, I'm getting a little carried away.
Linnea gets like this when she's talking about things she's interested in.
If we ask Miss Linnea what the most beautiful rock in Nogcry is, she's certain to say, "Every rock is beautiful in its own way."
So it's probably better if we ask you two to cast your votes.
The most beautiful rock. What do you think, Traveler? Well, my guess is it does look a bit like a rock.
What about you, Linnea? If you had to choose only one rock that...
How about we...
Whoa. Miss Linnea's trying to dodge the question.
Oh! This realm is true. If you ever...
Stay close and you will live. What is the situation?
Hold the line!
Shine down! One with nature.
Boom! Replica flame!
Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud.
Rest and rebuild!
One with nature. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night. Into the wind. Time to go. There is no escape. Down!
Hold the line!
One with nature. Clouds high. The birds call. The wind knows me.
Incinerate!
Illusion shadow! One with nature. As one with wind and cloud! Wind strike!
Motion to compel!
Into the wind!
Shine down! Rest and rebuild!
One with nature! Clouds high! The birds call!
Time for your arraignment! Boom!
There is no escape! Wind strike!
Incinerate!
The wind knows me. Fallen leaves, adorn my night! Into the wind! Shine down!
Motion to compel! Allow me! Incinerate! Hold the line!
The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds call!
Boom! Inadmissible evidence!
Wind strike! There is no escape! Into the wind! Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Allow me!
to go.
Ad Astra.
If you don't keep your voice down.
Ad Astra.
The ability to not get lost some sort of talent?
You might want to get a guide if you're not familiar with the area.
Is the ability to not get lost some sort of talent?
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home.